Alright, welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, Millennium Dawn modded playthrough of Chechnya. It's about to be war in like 10 days, so we're gonna cycle through. I am gonna have to switch around my artillery, that's what we discovered last time, but I don't have the army experience to do it. So, kind of a moot point right now. We're also short self-propelled artillery. Or, sorry, anti-air. Self-propelled anti-air equipment. And we're only making 2 a week now. Still a lot better than we were. We do have this lovely non-drone fighter right now that we're going to make into a drone fighter. Some point. Probably. Maybe. I don't know. Let's check up on our navy too. See if we have any vessels. We do have some vessels. So we got our first transport heli done. We're actually going to go all the way down the transport helicopter tree. I don't think we have to design this, which is why I'm going to push this. Yeah, I think this is just a variant. If there's a panel there, it's not loading. Look how that's weird. Alright, so we got our war justification done. We really... Looks like they've aligned... They've got a lot more vehicles than they used to have. It really did develop a little bit. So let's go ahead. They're not guaranteed. They're just improving relations. They're not in a faction. This is for oil and steel. Gonna go ahead and conquer. So Africa Command, this is our first IFV group. We're gonna let them do the first attacks. I want to see how effective they are. Looks like they are very effective. Okay. So let's see what's happening. Yeah, we're getting like 1800 a stat. Or maybe just be one attacking. Yeah, so we're absolutely just crushing them. Okay. Cool. That's workable. Like we had an encirclement, we got that eliminated. These Marines we can then use for other things. And so same with our airborne units. We can actually start upgrading those. Alright, that's very clean. By this army commander. Let's check how our Air Force is doing. Like, they're fine. Navy. I'm surprised because they actually did have boats that they didn't do anything, period. Caspian Sea, Black Sea, those are wild to me. Okay. I'm gonna give our own group here. And we have our own commander now. And we'll just let him patrol the Mediterranean. Yeah, so this will actually... This would be a huge section we would always need to control if we can. Because if we can get an escape route, it's going to be right here. Alright, so we'll put our reserve fleet. Yeah, most of these ships are done. They're just repairing and stuck. Cool. Looks like they got what? Some tanks from someone? The US sent in tanks. Okay, so now we're in a way more interesting point. We're gonna go ahead and attack with the marine units. As well. So those tanks, those intervention forces coming in did actually provide them some relief. Hmm. Why are we not attacking, period? We should have plenty of like heavy lift aircraft. Go ahead and boost it. I just want to know why we stopped attacking. Like, like, sure the US came in, but like, surely that's not a reason to stop attacking. Like it broke. Didn't know what to do. What? Yeah, it did. Like, look at this. There's no front line. There's totally a front line there. All right. Let's let's not do whatever we're doing. What are we just waiting for them to choke out from? I don't know what's going on. We're gonna send in all these guys though to the front. I don't know why we glitched out when the US sent intervention forces in. We just stopped being able to attack all or like period. These are getting attrition. They're all in the desert. Are we digging in? Like, what are we doing? And we're like max entrenched too. Alright, so we got future heavy autocannon done. I don't know why it glitched out like this. Oh, weird. Oh, they sent a lot of intervention forces. Okay, so it's just because we can't do anything because these tanks are crazy strong. So I don't want to be fighting the US is what I'm seeing from that. Yeah, because we have air superiority. We're strategic bombing. I don't I don't really have a close air support system, do I? Yeah, we still have the 5th gen frame. Yeah, not having... Alright, let's see if these recovered. These tanks are at 3,000 power each. Both soft and hard attack. They exceed the combat width. That's insane. The strength of those is ridiculous. Yeah, and they're getting attrition damage, so I'm not overly concerned with that. Two here, so this is something we could push on. We get better recovery rates, soldier loss reductions. Curious, how does this work? Like, what does that look like, that fight? 4,000? That's insanity. Okay. Let's go ahead and move out of that area. Because if we can encircle these, that'd be the best thing. I almost want to say I can't even pull back our like Marines just because of how strong those are. And they're probably sitting there planning. And they'll get supply from the port. And they have their tank divisions over here. So let's look at this. Even if we upgrade our mechanized units, we're not going to be able to break that. There's no shot. I'm going to add tank battalions. Yeah, how much? I wonder how wide those are. They've got to be crazy wide. Like a 60 width tank battalion, right? Like that gives us some crazy heart attack. The organization is almost negligible for the increases for that. Yeah, without attack helis, I wouldn't be able to break that. Yeah, so you get 1500 heart attack with a 60 width tank division. Nope. So America is off the table for attacking right now. That's a good kind of indicator where we're at. Production. This is going to be the only way we're going to fix this. Let's get to the IFV hole here. We should be able to upgrade this. I think the coax shouldn't be max. Maybe it is. Never mind. That's missiles. More cruise missiles. We get the medium aircraft frame that I want in 130 days. Yeah, there's no chance The only thing I can think of is we just push after they have no attrition. Because their supply status is so bad. And honestly, we could do an air landing with our airborne units if I upgrade them back to here. Alright, so let's do that. Get some air wings. Let's do strategic bombing. Don't want Astracons. I guess we do have multi-rolls. They're just not our multi-roll. Look at these. They're air superiority, then one cast, a couple multi-roll. That's not very many. Yeah, let's stick with the airlift. We'll just let those sit. And we're gonna revise our airborne divisions real quick. Oh, we got the hard kill counter. That's 10 years. So it'd be done right on time. I don't have any gunships, which is what I was gonna use, but I don't know, that seems kind of stupid now. Since I'm seeing America. Um, yeah, I don't know about movement. EXP losses makes sense, I guess. There's a reliability bonus. Yeah, we'll do double air mobile armored. Honestly, we could bump this up quite a bit. Make this a 40 with. I just don't have the army experience. Yeah, we're still short army experience if I do that way. I guess we'll just take these airborne units all the way back. Hmm. Can't do parachute orders. Alright, we'll go from here. We'll directly land on their city. Same thing with her. But we're gonna land. This is a port. This doesn't look like it's a port. We're gonna land in the back. See if we can split these forces. We'll let it load. This isn't a port, right? It is not. And then they have an armored unit on this port. Let's reevaluate that. What we want to do is take a port. So this will absolutely screw up their supply situation. So if we can, we want to land there. And here. Yeah, we can get a 10% attack bonus if we prepare. So this is going to be how we're going to get around this, I think. We're just going to have to encircle Mogadishu. And stop all the supplies we can while they're just taking attrition damage in the desert. And then if we can hold the port, yeah, I think this is the best thing we can do. And then if we lose units, we lose units, honestly. Let's see what happens. Alright, so we can go out from here. Use 2 guys to go walk. Uh-oh. They're very fast. They're reorganizing. We took it. Oh my god, we took it. We almost lost that entire division, though. All I want to do is make these United States, states tank divisions even worse, but we may lose everything for that. Yeah, because that... Yeah, we lost that unit. Damn. Alright, so they didn't move tanks back. They took a tank from here to attack us. I want an all-out attack. Yeah, we lost our entire Special Operations Command airborne units. And then they pulled a tank to support. I would love to encircle this. Okay. So we just need a ton more airborne units if we're going to do that. Probably a bigger naval invasion too. Then they're going to leave a US tank on that. Oh, they're attacking. That actually might be better for us if they attack. Because these tanks, if they attack with these tanks, they'll start getting away from that supply line. Yeah. So they push us out there. They're cycling in attritted tanks, though. Okay, never mind. They're going to be fine. Yeah, as long as America keeps moving in tanks, they're going to be okay. Yeah. That's wildly not fair. Like, even without supplies, the fact that they can push that hard is crazy. Like, we have modern tanks. That's the crazy thing about all that. They're just unbeatable with how many they have. And look, we lost Marine units from the fighting. We've lost mechanized units too. They've hit us so hard, it instantly killed our units. That's ridiculous. All right. Well, I now know where we stand, though. They have crazy defense. They're almost to like 4,000 attack. They've got crazy bonuses. Disappointing, yes. Also not disappointing. We did learn a lot about where we stand on the actual global stage. And we'll just get our units back to our front line. They can't even mount an effective defense against that kind of like power in the desert. That's just insane defensive strength. And realistically, to beat that, we'd have to take all of the ports right off the gun. That's how we win that fight. And we'll have a war in less than 6 months, so we'll just go ahead and recover. We shouldn't have any issues. Transport helis. Yeah, I don't know how we're gonna fight through those American tanks if they keep sending intervention forces. The only thing that could happen is we come around the backside while they're lined up planning on the front line. And then we'd need actual tank divisions, 60 width, to combat them. Those things are insane. We took way too many losses, too. I didn't think we'd lose units immediately killed like this. Alright, well, let's get our templates better as well. We need an actual tank template. That's for sure. And I still am not gonna have enough. I need like 60, I think, to make this work. Tank. Not light tank. Tank. Heavy. That's fine. We can do transport helis now. And then we can add FPVs. That was crazy, though. Those American divisions, man. Chechen. Armored. Division. That's 60. We'll just remove this. We'll save that now. And we're gonna train. We do need 8 sets. We have some units there. Okay. Special operations. I don't think we really have that many. Make 3 sets. Mechanized. 8 per cycle. And we are going to need 8 cycles. So that is our equipment shortage laid out for us. Right there. That is a visible example of our equipment shortage. And that finishes up our artillery section. Our armored section is pretty much done. We just need the last couple things. Infantry does still need work from special projects. Obviously, the Navy is a problem. We're going to get nose-mounted guns. Pretty sure that rocket pods were better, but it may be gun pods. In any case, we're going to work on this. I think if we had multi-role fighters as well, able to do close airstrike missions, we'd be okay. Or gunships doing that. But we're just not there. China. Go ahead and trade with them. Wherever that is. Get that. Canada. Take one. And we need precious metals if we can get them. Sorry, tech metals. They're precious to me. I should be clear on. And we'll have enough steel so we can adjust this later. Yeah, that was actually the good test. Somalia was a good test. And we are long on this episode as I absorb what happened. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one.